Hi Sagittarius, this is Trudy with Virtual Tarot, and I am here to do your reading for January. This reading will include career and love, as well as any other advice that Spirit deems that you should have via a 4-card spread. Again, check your moon, check your rising signs, because if this doesn't resonate with you, those signs may. And I welcome you all back in January of 2017. Can you believe it? You're in my kitchen, as you can see. I'm a tea lover. And these are fresh picked vegetables from my friend's garden. So I was pretty excited yesterday to do that. It looks as if it's going to be a fabulous time to read your tarot cards and find out what Spirit has to say for you. So let's start. The first card that comes up for you, of course, because we have all of this bounty around us, is the Empress. And again, if you're learning how to read the tarot with a Sagittarius, the Empress has to do with fertility, Mother Earth. Every time I see this card, I think of spring, I think of seedlings taking root, and I think of all of the wonderful, beautiful things that Mother Earth can give to you this year in 2017. And if you haven't already done so, please watch your January through December 2017 year-long reading, which will be linked below. And so, what does this card have to do with you? Let's hear what your guides have to say. And so for you, this is going to be a year where you will be planting new ideas. You will be coming up with the manifestation of what it is that you are meant to bring forward into the world. Now, you're fertile, and this can mean that you're fertile to give birth to a human baby, or fertile to give birth to something that you have been thinking about for a very long time. Again, she, the Empress, wears all 12 of the astrological stars on her brow, which means she is in charge of all of the energies of the zodiac. And so all of those energies will come forward into a new beginning for you and for others around you as well. Now, again, if you are trying to become pregnant, this is the year. And so go ahead and make plans to have a child, because Spirit is saying for some of you, you will be giving birth, actual birth. And I'm hearing some of you will have twins again, and that's just coming through. The other thing that I'm hearing from your guides is that you may be wanting to nest, to come home, and to instead of going out there, you are a fire sign, you may feel the need to come back and be more receptive. And Mother Earth she's the giver. She's the one that gives life. And so she gives it from a very moist and warm and fertile perspective. And so the ground might need to be embraced. That's what I'm hearing from some of your guides. So that may mean a lot of things for some of you. Some of you may actually feel that you need to step back a little bit in order to become more feminine. And femininity often has to do with allowing others to become the aggressors, and that allows you to step back a little bit and to relax. And it's funny that we're in the kitchen, but this is a place where you can begin to feed your soul. You can begin to replenish that which needs to be replenished, because you might have burnt some of it out last year. You might have been burning the candles on both ends. And again, it's a highly charged month. It's major arcana. We're opening the month with all of this. This also has to do with staying home, I'm hearing, and allowing yourself to keep what is yours. And it's funny, I was watching a show on minimalism last night, a documentary on Netflix, and it's all about needing to re-embrace your life. And that really resonates with me for some of you, because sometimes we need to reevaluate what it is that we are caretaking for, what it is that we feel the tendency to nurture. And reevaluation of that, meaning, do you have things that bring you joy in your life? Are all of your things necessary? Do you really want to spend time caring for, let's say, metaphorically, that project that you really don't care that much about? Is it time for you to give some of that up? Some of the garden, maybe let it go and really focus on the areas where you would like to spend your energy and your passion, because that's going to be the biggest payoff for you. And I'm hearing that for some of you as well. It's major arcana stuff, and it's reevaluating that which you grow. Interestingly enough, and this happens often while I'm reading, Spirit will actually begin to tell me what the cards are. Seven of Pentacles. And again, this is reevaluation. Reevaluation of what it is that you've invested your time, energy, your financial wherewithal in. And as you can see, again, if you're learning to read, this is a pentacle, and so it has to do with that which is on the material plane, that which you can taste, touch, smell, and feel, okay? And so it's a very sensory thing. You actually here can see this gentleman is evaluating the harvest, but there's a small little pentacle off to the left, which kind of is a reminder that once we plant something, it can take root in another area. And for some of you, you may find that that which you have tended to and nurtured will begin to, surprisingly enough, take root over here. And that can mean that you are actually challenged by another possibility, another manifestation of what it is that you've been working on. And if that has been, you've been investing your money in a certain type of IRA or some sort of stock or something, you might want to reinvest in another area which is kind of maybe not as well understood by your broker or by yourself, but it's sort of an intuitive thing that's just that you can see that there'll be growth in that area. Or if you have children, if you have a child, or if you're giving birth to a child, the challenge may be that you see that you might need to actually look at the health of that child in a small way, which is coming to me because we're constantly reevaluating, and this is coming from your guides for some of you, how our kids are doing, how our brood is doing. But there may be something that's sort of tugging at you, health issue, something that may require attention. So take just follow your intuition here, know exactly what it is that you need to do, have faith that that's something that you should attend to. Now, again, this Empress card speaks to going into your nest and creating an area that will allow you to birth, to gestate, it's like a 9-month gestation here. So at the beginning of the year, you might find that you've just learned that something is coming about, something is coming through you. The challenge is going to be to allow this to have the faith, I guess, really, to allow your financial resources to support that, or to dedicate all of your financial resources toward that. Faith again is coming up here. Next card to come up for you is the Nine of Rods, and this came up reversed. Now I'm going to read it in the upright because if you're learning how to read tarot, again, Nine of Rods speaks to the fact that you've worked extremely hard. It's a wand, it's a fire card. You are a fire sign. And so what that tells me is that in the beginning of the year, this is going to take you back a little bit. This realization that this year is going to be the big year, that you're going to actually bring something forward. You're going to bring something to life, but you're also protecting what you've already achieved. And so for some of you, you may feel as if you don't want to invest too much into this new major gut-wrenching need to gestate this thing. Now, if that's so, you're like, oh, I'm going to step behind the lines and I'm going to pay attention to what it is I've already achieved, and I'm not so sure I want to let anybody step over the line, and maybe feeling a little defensive or paranoid that someone's going to take something from you that you've already attained. And so, but that thing that you've already attained is strong. You've got that. It's not going to move off of the game field, the playing field. So, and now I'm starting to hear that that is really what it's all about. You're going to take the playing field that you've been living in, working in, and again, playing in, and you're going to reseed it this year. And so reseeding it means that new things will come about from that which you've already attained, those talents which you already have, that experience that you already have, those key family members and relationships. You're going to reseed that, and you must have faith that that which you are bringing forth, gestating, be that a child, be that a new career, be that an art project, be that a new direction in your life that you've always wanted to move toward. You have to have faith that if you invest in that, all of those other attainments that you've already achieved will stand firm. They're not going to fall down. They're going to stand firm and support that. So you kind of have a fence around this field that you're going to reseed. And then again, Knight of Swords comes up for you. This is some intellectual movement, and you're going to have a moment at the end of the month coming up where you're going to charge forward, and you've got suddenly a sense of what this cause is that's moving you toward this reevaluation of what is it that I'm growing. And it's interesting because we are actually fertile ground, all of us, each and every day. Our thoughts plant seeds, and those seeds manifest. So thoughts are things, and that's what is coming up for you. Now, at the end of the month, create forward momentum with your thoughts. Do not let your thought energy get in the way of what it is that you need to do. And so again, I'm seeing these four cards as a narrative, because what we see here is that if you are looking for love at the beginning of the month, I'm going to move toward the love reading. You are ready. You are fertile ground to move forward. If you're a female, you're going to go forward and you're going to feel very sensual. You're going to give off the energy necessary to attract a lover in January. But then again, do not be afraid, because in order to do this, we need to have the right thought pattern. What is it that we want? Who is our perfect mate? Do we want to invest our time in those who may not pay off in the future? Spirit is saying maybe you should, because there's someone within that group who will become a possibility for you, Sagittarius. And that person could actually be an air sign. So that's very interesting. Could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra. Someone who's brash and maybe speaks their mind a little too quickly. But then again, it seems as if this is the month for love. So hang on to your horses. That's what I'm hearing. Hang on to your thought process. That's what I'm hearing from your guides. Do not be afraid to invest and have faith, because you are fertile ground this month for anything that you would like to bring forth or gestate. And if that's a project, I could see that happening as well. You may have to invest some money or some time into it. That could be a bit of a challenge because you're protecting what you've already built. But then again, it's a good month for love. Know what you want. Hang on to your thought process. And maybe even write it down, create a vision board. I always like to create vision boards when I'm not exactly sure whether or not I should invest in a certain area. And that helps me really connect with my heart. And I could see that for you as well. So thank you so much for watching for January. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen. I've got plenty of vegetables for the day. I'm very excited. If you'd like to go ahead and do so, because you can become a reader. So just go to myvirtualtarot.com if you would like a reading from my kitchen, and I've done quite a few personal and private reading. Please go to myvirtualtarot.com, order a reading, and then shoot me an email at myvirtualtarot@gmail.com, and I'll get straight to you. And it is a new year, great time to get a reading. Again, don't forget, check your year-long reading, because there's a lot of juicy stuff in there for you, Sag. Talk to you soon. See you in Feb.